he's able to move people around to the right places and make it happen.
Again, let me reintroduce this in case we had an audio issue there. Ty Law joining me here. San Diego won the toss and elected to kick. We have pennies going on, and San Diego will end up with the pennies. And you're going to have to help me with names to the non-numbers at this point because we're not going to be able to see the numbers.
All right, I know most of them. So.
But we're just talking about 5-time champions in a row, San Diego Bolts versus New York, who this is a rematch of last year's championship game as well. And our head ref, Hank Carey, checking in with us to make sure we're okay. I kind of like it.
Thanks, Hank.
So we are getting ready here. Looks like Tyler Forrester is talking to Sheldon Smith.
He wants a better ball to kick. He's going to, it's his choice, but he's probably going to nail it out of the end zone. He's that good of a kicker, so.
It's a little gamesmanship going on here, isn't it? These teams know each other. They do not necessarily like each other, besides maybe off the field a little bit, obviously.
Well, it's Boston, so, you know, the ball is probably a little bit deflated. So.
Oh, Ty. Starting with the bad jokes already here. Listen, I want you here for 60 minutes of football. Don't get kicked out, please. Clock will start on the kick. It's 30 minutes on the clock, first half. Let's play football here in Gable 17's A-Division championship game after the ball gets put back on the tee.
What's the rule? You got to have a holder after twice, too?
And it's away.
And it's out, as we said.
And it's out of the end zone for a touchback.
I used to play with Tyler in Chicago, so he's really good.
And Tyler's gone through a spate of injuries throughout his career, that's for sure. You know, you think after a while you won't play again, you won't play again, you won't play again. He keeps coming back out.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody I know sitting right next to me.
I can relate. I'm just 2 months after my meniscus surgery, so.
How's it feeling?
It's good, actually.
So this is going to be a whistle stopping play. No, that was another field, actually. And in the meantime, this is complete to number 4 for New York. That's Christopher Green. And that's going to be, looks like enough for the first.
Short.
Just short. 9.5-yard gain. So it's going to be second down and less than 1 at the 24-yard line.
Take a shot deep?
Why not? You know, but at the same time, you'll have to waste your running play possibly on third down if you don't get it. So you might try the short pass play and try to extend it.
No, you could just pitch it to the center, back to the center if the guy's if he's looking for the ball, if you want.
Just want to confirm.
Oh, never mind. It's the first down.
They did give it to them.
Yep, they changed it.
Someday later or sometime later, we'll find out what they would have done probably. And it's Chris Allison as quarterback.
Ooh,
we got Sean Rogers there, but it's knocked away by San Diego.
I can't see his number. I got to get.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's James Leinhard.
So it's going to be second down and 10 this time, around 25-yard line, actually, right at the 25 because we started the 15. We know it's exactly 10 yards. It's great how that works.
Look at you do math, non-Asian.
Yeah, he just went there. Second and 10. Allison under center here. He's back to pass, looking right, throws right. He's got Rogers for about a 7-yard gain here at the 32-yard line, their own side of the field. It'll be third down and called 3.
I didn't realize Rogers moved to New York.
Oh, yeah, he's been playing in the NYGFL for a couple of years now, or a year and a half or so.
He's won some championships with LA, right? With Sid Sigler.
And he was with Balls Deep, I think, at one point as well. So he's run the gambit here in the different teams across the country. Balls Deep was kind of an amalgamation team. You may hear the wind. We had some weather throughout the day here in Boston. We had rain earlier. Hank Carey running at the last second here, issue that he wanted to take care of.
I think he just wanted to touch a butt.
Okay. And it's Allison faking left, looking downfield, now running it himself. This is his one run from scrimmage he's allowed, and he is deflagged, flag down. Now this is interesting.
Illegal block in the back by number 22 of the New York Warriors.
And if that is correct, we'll have the call here coming from Hank Carey.
Oh.
Now, under the new rules, technically he could offer New York to take it from the line of scrimmage and give the run back to Allison if he wanted to. However, that was a long run to do that on, so he will not opt to do so. 26:30 left here in the first half of play. It's 0-0, Cable 17A Division Championship. So 1st and 10 across midfield here for New York after that 10-yard penalty. It takes it to around the 30 and called the 29-yard line. Allison approaching his line. What do you think here? What would you run if you're on 1st and 10 on this side?
Well, I'm trying to see what coverage they're in. It looks like they're rushing 2, and they're playing like a cover 3 with 2 linebackers playing the flats. So,
And Allison will pop it out there looking for Paul Jung, but it's incomplete.
Set in the blitzer right there to make the quarterback make a quick decision.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 situation. 29-yard line again, and just looking around here to tell you who our crew is. I believe we have Lee Townsend on the line with the sticks, John Gerard as the line judge, and Sheldon Smith as the back judge. And here is that 2nd and 10 play.
There's a curl.
And quick D-flag, but not before a 7-ish, let's call it 6-yard gain here. Looks like 3rd down and 3 coming up. See Captain Preston Roberts coming out onto the field on this play, number 21, with his back to us right now. 3rd and 3. Now this is definitely 4-down territory. You would not be punting here. There are no field goals for those that are new to NGFFL, excuse me. So 3rd and 3. Allison's run is dead here, so it's got to be a pass play of some variety.
Flood the outside corners, I want to say. They want to go to the outside right now.
Allison looking downfield, throwing right.
Oh, going for it.
And it is almost intercepted. He was looking for Dorian Bryant on that play and just could not reel it in. So, 4th down and 3. Again, they will go for it here. They will not declare a punt is what the terminology is.
Hey, if San Diego gets a big stop here, that's pretty much the game. I'm not going to say the game now. But
You're a little early for that now.
But in flag football, you expect the offense to score. So if you get 1 or 2 good stops, that's about it. But I think this New York Warriors black defense is going to be really tough, too. So.
They need to get to the 19-yard line. Allison throws right, complete. Preston has it at the 17-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down for Warriors black. 1st and 10, keeping the drive alive now in the red zone. When you're in the red zone, when you've been playing over time, do you give it a little more urgency here? Or do you try to maybe catch them off guard a little bit more, run up to the line, or do you take your time? What's your...
I think here in the red zone, you kind of want to take your time. It's basically the same place. You lose some of the depth, so you have to manage. You're playing more to the sides in the middle, so... Sorry, just the sides.
Allison, back to pass. He's got Roberts. Complete up to around the 12-yard line, it looks like.
So you lose spacing, and the defense is going to be more huddled around the goal line area. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to flood one area of the field to try to open up some space and find your open receiver.
So again, 2nd and, let's call it short 5. Coming up here, just outside the 10-yard line. They're spotting it at the 11.
At this part of the game, you really wish you had that quarterback run.
Oh, absolutely. And, the quarterback's never want to give it up too early in their drive because of this situation. Allison in trouble. Gets a good block to at least free him up for an extra second, but it's going to be out of bounds, incomplete.
And we have a player hobbled up.
3rd down and 5 coming up. Looks like number 4 for New York, Chris Green. And you can see in the corner there, he is definitely, as you said, hobbled up there. So back to action here. It is 3rd down and 5. And, what about a short dump off or something like that, or a pitch play? We haven't seen that yet from, Allison or the New York Warriors. Seems to be a popular play lately. A lot of Gable teams have been running it, where you just do a quick flick in front of you, which is still for a pass.
These guys are just really, really fast, though. So you have to get the good blocking down in order to make that happen. So
Yep.
I don't think they can get that off in time.
Let's see. Allison getting back to pass, throwing left.
Ooh,
Just dropped.
big drop.
That would have been enough for the 1st down there.
Was that Sean? Sean Rogers?
No, I don't think it was Sean.
Nope.
Trying to see what number it was.
All right, big 4th down stop here for the Bolts if they can make it happen.
Yeah, 4th down and 5 coming up here. Hear the crowd getting into
It's
it,
possible they're going to send 3 in on this one.
which is a risk because then you're leaving a couple people open downfield. The flag down, we'll see if this is a free play or not.
Oh, it's a pick off by
Intercepted.
Tyler Forster.
Forster coming down the other way. He's still
Go
on his feet.
Tyler.
He's at the 20-yard line. Another flag down. He's at the 30-yard line. But a lot of laundry on the field here, and so let's sort it all out. Is it a free play first, and then what's the second penalty? I believe we're going to see a stop clock here with 20 minutes left, so we'll stop it with them. It looked to me potentially like it may have been an offsides type of call with that quick flag from the backside. But let's see.
By the offense, right?
Well, maybe defense, actually. Let's see. And Carey trying to sort it out right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks
On the
like
offensive side of
Yeah.
the ball.
Hank's got to make an announcement here. Let's see if he does. Offsides on the offense. Holding on the the original offense.
There you go.
Yep. So it's going to be 1st down and 10. So by rule, the pre-interception penalties are declined. After the interception, the penalty for blocking the back against San Diego is assessed at the 13-yard line. Reisner fakes to the left. His receiver went out of bounds on his own.
Oh,
intercepted!
What a pick!
Number 2, Marcus Young just grabbed that out of
Out
nowhere.
of his hands. Wow. It's so fast.
Unbelievable job there. So they'll reset here, and the Warriors, who have a huge time possession lead right now in this game, like 10 minutes to less than 1 minute right now, get the ball back at the 18-yard line, looks like, 1st and 10. Allison, who's got his run back now,
Outside.
sends it to left, and Sean Rogers it is for a first. No, he's caught short of that by about 1.5 yards. So it's 2nd down. Let's see where they set the stick. And you may know who's got the box, as we call it. That's Lance Barrage, the head referee of NGFFL. He opted out of this game, wanted to give some of his other refs an opportunity, and kudos to him for that. He'll join us at halftime, I believe.
So I feel like you lost the bet earlier.
2nd down and 2. Well, nobody actually put the money down. You could have won a lot of money. It was 100-1 odds. 9-yard line, but they can still get a first down before the end zone.
Ooh, plays
And
there.
there's no play. No play. Looks like a false start being called.
Yep.
Yes, it is. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8. False start was out of our camera angle, so we won't be able to replay it for you. We've got our replays back up and running. It's not a mistake on the screen. It's still 0-0 with about 18 minutes left.
Let's see if they just do a quick dump off to the outside and block up and run up the field.
2nd and 7. Allison throws to left. It's complete.
Ooh.
And believe that was Jamar Wilson with the catch and run, and just short of the first down. It's 3rd down and 1 from just outside the 8-yard line. And big decision here, but remember what I said when they got the ball back. Allison has his run back, and as you said in the last drive, these are the moments you want that run.
Guarantee the first down if you want it, or you can take a shot now and try to get into the end zone and save it for 4th down. So
here it is, 3rd down and 1. Allison under center, barking the calls. And that is caught for the touchdown. Preston Roberts Jr. with the touchdown grab. And it is a 6-0 game. Let's take another look at that as we have some whistles. And you can see great poise there by Allison just to step up into that pocket and throw the ball to Preston. And in the meantime, you hear those whistles as we try to figure out what that is about.
These football games, extra points matter and count because you have one play to stop them. And if it's an offensive scoring game, you assume they're going to score. So,
yeah, there's no kicking for these plays. So your conversions are either 1 point from 5 yards out or 2 points from 10 yards out. And New York is trying for 1 here. Allison tries to favor out to the right side. It's incomplete. Out of bounds, but a flag down.
Oh.
I believe he said charging.
Yep.
And so that means it's half the distance
Charging
to the goal line and
Sergio.
replay. Sergio Villegas, and Sergio has been a long-time rusher for that team. A very good rusher. He's kind of that mint standard for what people want to achieve in that position year in, year out. And it's going to be a 1-point conversion from 2.5 yards out right now. Timeout, New York. So we'll get a clock assessment here in a moment, but they'll have 2 timeouts remaining for the half, 3 for the game. You can take max 3 per half in any game. Basically, we have a use it or lose it timeout here because you get 4 total. And if you don't use it in the first half, like in the NBA, it's down to 3 at that point. So what did you see in that drive? I mean, was it perhaps dejection by San Diego? They didn't get out of their heads in time, and so, New York was able to charge down the field, or did you see something different from New York during those last, let's say, 4 or 5 plays?
I don't think so. I think New York is moving the ball down the field and just picking apart San Diego's zone coverage right now. San Diego's definitely seems like they're missing Ryan, their leader, who's
O'Shaughnessy,
O'Shaughnessy.
Yep, who's going to the Hall of Fame tonight. He'll be a brother in arms with you in the Hall of Fame.
So they got to pick this up. So we'll see what they're playing right now. Maybe a man coverage. So we'll see if they get some rubs on the offensive side to free up a guy.
And a little confusion here at the line, but there's plenty of time on that play clock. Allison looking right, now looking center, now looking back right.
Nice
knocked
job,
away Tyler Forrester. And it remains a 6-0 game. The clock has not restarted because the timeout happened during the try, and as such, it will restart on the first offensive play. So about 15 minutes. We'll get an exact time in a moment, possibly from Sheldon. 13:50 officially. Some action up front there, and a flag is down. And a catch complete by San Diego. Reisner finds, let's see, that was number 26, I believe, who is, or is that 2.0? They have a 2.0 on the roster. So is that Mariani, Eduardo?
I can't see.
I
What
can't
is it?
either.
24.
24, excuse me. So it's Ian Baker, excuse me. Nonetheless, it looks like the penalty was against New York, and it's 1st and 10 now at the 30-yard line for San Diego. Now trying for a prolonged drive is San Diego because they didn't have a good start to the first one, that's for sure, with Marcus Young diving for that interception. Reisner back to pass. Another fellow Hall of Famer with you. And same receiver who gets the first down, Ian Baker. Flag down. Let's see if we can see what caused that. Looks like San Diego's walking backward here. Here's that play again. Let's see if we see something at the end of it.
Illegal block in the back.
Maybe, or maybe some words or something,
No.
because it came late. Can't tell.
It's a holding. Nope. The words came from New York.
And it's declined. So they're offsetting holding fouls that were called there, and we'll replay.
Sounds good.
It's like kissing your sister, doing it all over again here. It's a tie. So 1st down and 10. 30-yard line of San Diego.
Look for the post from the slot guy and a little hook over here from the outside guy.
On the near side?
Yep.
They're rolling right, looking back left a little bit, complete. Again, since they have pennies, we have to kind of take a beat here if we don't know the player by sight. But Reisner with a completion that went about 15 yards there for the first down at the 35-yard line of New York now. They are in New York territory. And Reisner will throw to the right side this time. Jeremiah Flores is deflagged immediately after a 5-yard gain right at the 30-yard line. Jeremiah also, I think, was of the Balls Deep crew back when. I'm sorry, it's not Jeremiah, excuse me. So Jeremiah.
Was he?
There it was.
Sorry, maybe
it was.
I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, I think it is.
There you go.
See that? Scoring for Rossi today. That's about all he got today. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5, 30-yard line. Reisner rolling right, fakes right. He almost got the flag, not in time though, and try to find
Jeremiah Flores.
Yep, again, and it is incomplete instead. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Clock heading toward the 10-minute mark here in the first half. 6-0 lead, Warriors leading the 5-time defending champion San Diego Bolts right now, but we are in the first half of 2. Reisner staying about 4 yards back from the center here. We'll roll right again. This time throw downfield, complete for the first down at the 21 or 22-yard line. The 10-minute mark has been hit. I want to get that player's name because he's had a couple grabs on this drive.
I wonder if Warriors are playing man now, so Eric's keeping 3 back to get that first down and having his player across the field.
I think maybe Steve Farrow. Is that 15 or
18,
Tamir Harris?
18.
Tamir Harris, that's who it is. And it's
Nice
dump off, absolutely. Complete down to the 13-yard line, just short of another first down. Second down and probably 1.5 or maybe even 1 coming up here. Call 2, actually. Perspective is something when you're on these fields. You see the huddle there by San Diego. And it's going to be an important second down and 2.5, actually. Yeah, coming up toward the center here, a little bit closer to normal, only 2 yards back. And he's going to throw left this time.
Wide open.
Wide open in the end zone. I believe, again, that was Ian Baker, number 24. And so now it is 6-6 with a chance to take the lead for San Diego. They're going to go 4-1.
Bringing in Justin Fernandez for the extra point play.
What's Justin's specialty? Why do you think they bring him in for this package right now?
I have no idea. We'll
call.
find out.
That's why we got
I think
you.
he's got size, so
Yeah.
it's going to be slant out and up with Justin.
Reusner trying to take the lead here. Faked left, throwing middle. It is incomplete, knocked down. Trying to see who knocked it down for New York. I think it was Andrew Weber, actually, that knocked it down, and it remains 6-6. Around 7 minutes left here. Might be a little bit more than what we're showing on the clock, but we're waiting for the official time again before we change that. So 1st and 10, New York now tied with San Diego. San Diego's got to feel great about the fact that it's 6-6 because they've had the ball probably only for about 5 out of the 23 minutes in this game.
Right, but if you notice, they move the ball down the field pretty easily.
Sure, they will lose a time possession more often than not, but this is kind of unusual, the amount to one side it is. Allison going deep off his back foot. Incomplete. Not probably the best advised throw there because of the trajectory that he'll get on that back foot and not being able to really aim that ball where he wants it to. But he tried to spring loose his receiver and couldn't get it. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Again, 1 run per drive, which is a huge dynamic in this NGFFL scenario. Allison is very fleet of foot. He's an athlete for sure. And he's going to take snap here at the 15-yard line. Stepping up, throwing. Just a little too low there, incomplete.
Good pressure by Toguri and Nick Coletti, actually. So he sent him on a delay blitz.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 15.
In this area, 3rd downs are big because if it's 4th down, then they're likely going to punt.
Well, here's the huge problem you get into if you're in New York, the 2-for-1 scenario, because San Diego gets the ball to start the second half, and we're running down on time here in the first half. They could go into the halftime scoring with almost no time left and then come back out and score again without New York having much of a chance on offense.
They better get at least 7 yards on this play.
To make it a makeable 4th down. I agree with you there. Allison in trouble, man in his face, and Rogers just could not reel it in with the boundary playing a role there as well. It's 4th down and 10, and I think they have to punt here.
He had a wide open player on the far left side of the field.
And I believe a punt has been declared. Protected punt means they cannot come in to block it. They can jump up to try to block it from the neutral zone, the expanded neutral zone, but that's it. And if it is touched, it continues live, but can only be taken by the receiving team ultimately for possession. So here comes a punt with about 4 minutes left. And here is that kick. It's a pretty good one. And it's going to be taken around the 25-yard line. All the way up to 35 before D flag. It's number 26 again. So 4 minutes left is what we were just told. So we'll fix the clock accordingly. Guess we have to tell them next year to regulate uniform numbers or make folks bring 2 sets.
Well, they do have 2 sets. This is their Sunday dress. They used to always do Sunday whites. The Bolts used to always do Sunday whites for championship day. So
not this year. Reisner threw it kind of blind,
wide open. He just let him go behind him.
And who was that with the touchdown?
I think it was Alex Lelo.
I think you're right. So it is 12-6 now. Take another look at it. As they line up for the extra point. And you see, Reisner has a man in his face. He just lets it loose because he knows where his man's going to be. And a great completion there for the touchdown back to live action. Twelve to 6 at the point pending. They chose to go for 1 again here. Bolts have been known to go for 2 once or twice when you wouldn't necessarily expect it, but right now everybody's playing conventional 1-point conversions from 5 yards out. Reisner back to pass, rolling right, and it's going to be incomplete. So nobody's made a conversion yet. It is 12-6, 3 touchdowns, 2 for San Diego, 1 for New York. New York's going to have the opportunity to take this ball to the house with no time left on their side because it was such a quick drive by San Diego. Again, this is Gable 17, live from Boston, Massachusetts. Frank Rossi with Ty Law, and we are here at the A Division Championship game between the San Diego Bolts, who you just saw score in the pennies right now, and the New York Warriors Black, who are trailing 12-6 with the ball.
Frank's doing the commentating. I'm just adding color.
That's what we do here, play-by-play and color commentary.
Oh, wide open again in the middle.
And Sean Rogers, and boy, they could have probably gotten another flag opportunity there.
He went for the ball. He went for his flag.
Yeah, but
I'm not throwing that flag.
Hold him down, though. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
We got to get you out in the reffing ranks here with us. You know that?
Uh-oh. I've been in too many of these things.
2-minute warning has been hit here. So it's a first down, nonetheless, at the 29-yard line for New York. They have 51 yards to go down the field in the next 2 minutes or minute 59, whatever that is left.
Eddie Mariani just in for a rusher. He's wearing my knee brace, so he better get a sack.
The details I would have never known without you being here with me. Clock running.
Again, same play.
And this time there's a flag.
I could see that.
And Dorian Bryant was the receiver there, about an 8-yard gain, called 7.5 yards, but a flag down. With the clock stopped now, the clock will resume.
Dorian Bryant from Purdue?
Is it?
Yep. Dorian Bryant, ex-football player from Purdue University. I think he was there the same time that Eric Reisner was there playing baseball, Tyler was there as an undergrad, and I was there as a graduate student.
That's a lot of Purdue going on.
There you go. Little things you'd never know if I wasn't sitting here.
That's why you're here. And the clock is running again.
Dorian Bryant played on the Purdue football team, I think, receiver.
Well, he catches like a Division I prospect, indeed, or player. Clock is running here. They got to be a little more diligent about managing the clock because they have a little ways to go still. Allison back to pass, going deep actually. And he's misses the aforementioned Dorian Bryant. Who do you blame that on?
I don't know. That was a tough catch if you had to make that catch.
And 126 remaining, I believe, is what we just heard.
So you got to get a good chunk here. I'd say a 5-yard pass play. Just
Well,
I mean,
get
keep
the
doing
first
what
down.
they're doing.
Get the first down. Keep the.
Yeah.
You'll stop the clock at least while they reset on the field, and then it'll start on the whistle.
They're eating up the middle of the field right now, so I don't see why change until the defense forces you to. Sending 3.
Yeah, but here's a quick dump over to the left side, and it's complete
Bryant.
to Bryant again. Cross midfield to the 37-yard line. So time will start again in a moment here. Actually, a little bit less time on our clock. About 1:10 left in actuality here, just about 1:10. And Allison being chased, throws it down.
Wide open, Sean Rogers.
Yes, it is, and Rogers is deflected
right
just
before-
short of the end zone. Clock will stop with about a minute left at the 1 or 2 yard line.
All right, this is why you want your quarterback run, because you can just take off the middle
Yeah,
with some
absolutely.
blockers, and you can't stop this. 1 minute.
Clock is running. Timeout. Is that use it or lose a timeout that we were talking about? So each team has used one now.
No. There's timeout by San Diego.
Yeah, New York had used one earlier.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
So 3 left for the game for both teams in the second half, 2 for the half. If
They want to
they
save
use
some.
them.
They want to save some time for Eric for offense.
Well, Eric can definitely go downfield quick and have no problem getting a quick touchdown. So why not? It's a very tight-feeling game right now. It feels like there's a lot of pressure on both these teams for some reason. Well, maybe because it's the championship, but more so than even in previous years. I don't know what it is. A little tension.
I don't know. Actually, we have a really nice big crowd here watching today, because usually it's not as populated. But I think it's the timing of the championship game helped. So
Yeah,
it
most
kept
likely.
people around, and also the fields are a little bit of a distance. So
Well, we want to make sure that folks were able to see both the games we were broadcasting on Facebook Live. So we asked them to stagger them in a certain way here, and hopefully it worked out to everybody's advantage. Allison will pass, actually,
just
and
missed him.
misses his intended receiver. So it's second down and goal. Clock has moved down to, I think, about 52 seconds. And again, his run is still alive. Allison could tuck under and run. But the risk is, if you don't get it, you may have to burn a timeout because the clock will run if you fail.
But right now, you'd be okay with that, actually, because, I mean, I think San Diego is more worried about the clock right now at this point than the.
Yeah, you may be
touchdown.
right. That's second and goal here. Timeout,
New play call.
New York. Well, boy, now you're eating into your second half batch of timeouts on that one. So let's see what they talk about here. Now, Preston Roberts, former running back from WPI, Worcester Polytechnic Institute, very fast player. He's quarterbacked before and very hesitant to use the run even as a quarterback, but he is very fast. And to do a direct snap to him or something like that wouldn't be out of the question here as he came back into the game. Let's see what they choose to do. By the way, you get to throw in a plug for the Aloha Classic if you like at some point. Just want to let you know that.
Oh, I'm going to. I even wore a T-shirt.
See that? And the play clock is running right now in New York. 30-second play clock here in the NGFFL. And Allison under center.
And, fake the run and toss it to the wide open guy.
Went to Preston with it. Yes, he did. Touchdown, New York. And they have tied the game at 12. So it is 12-12. And the point is pending here. They're going for one.
There you go. Extra points count.
Time's left. Just got an email with the closing party info for Gay Bowl 17. I just noticed on my screen here as things wrap up on Gay Bowl 17. Everybody will want to go out there tonight, and great ceremony every year.
Ooh, almost took the pick. What a catch.
So it is 13-12, but whistle, hold on. There's more laundry. Offsides on the defense will be called, and it will be declined. New York leading 13-12. We'll find out the exact time in a moment. .53 seconds left.
Tyler's in for tight end position. Oh, New York wasn't ready.
No, they weren't. And Sergio with that catch. I think it was enough for a first down. Yes, it was.
Yep.
So New York
They're setting up.
Caught not quite ready, as you said, and it's going to cost about 12 yards.
They're setting up Tyler for an out and up.
Clock is running again now because the chains are set. Reisner rolling to the left side. He's got a little bit of time. Complete.
What a catch.
And hits the table. And he's okay.
I gotta have at least 10 yards. Did anybody get that on camera?
I
No.
think it was your camera going.
Jared Garduno on camera there, and held his position well, I'd say.
These guys are just really fast. So
No kidding. Reset the clock. I believe we're around
All right.
35 seconds. Next play. It's incomplete. .32 seconds remaining. Reasoner back to pass
Triple
on
block
3rd and
for
1.
Far.
And it is
Ooh,
knocked away.
Wow. Good job.
21, Preston Roberts with the knockaway there. Well, we got to test our camera's sturdiness, and apparently it can take a beating and still works, so that's good news. So about 21 seconds left here. 4th down and 1.
Get the first before anything else happens.
Yeah, I mean, Racer's still got his run, I believe, correct?
Yep.
And he's going to run it himself. He is.
I think he
got the first down.
He's got the first. There it is.
First down.
Clock stops while they set the pucks, and then
Get the official
restart.
time again.
It was 22 seconds before it started.
Timeout. San Diego. So each team's used 2 timeouts now in the half. Get the official time left. Jared, how you doing over there? We didn't offer him danger pay for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Triple block.
Clock's
Going
running
deep.
after that quick timeout. Going to the right side deep. It's tipped away again by Preston. I'll tell you one thing, if he didn't run into the table, he was going to run into the bench of spectators. That was the scary thing. He came that far out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. Hit us.
Yep.
Good thing we have a wall.
About 10 seconds remaining. Again, unofficially here. They're not announcing time to us too well.
We're setting up, bring him in for a triple block. There's a shot if he wants to cut the field in half.
This is their final timeout of the half. They only have 1 remaining in the second half.
Yeah, but they really want to score here because if they score here and get the ball back and score again.
Well,
they'll
the
be
2
up
for
2.
1 we were talking about it earlier. We thought if they could get a prolonged drive, that would have happened. A little different here. Check our comments, perhaps, on the multi-talented Frank Rossi. Did I just see that out of your Facebook? Apparently, we need to get you a hearing aid and some glasses or something. Thank you, Ty. So again,
I put baby gap there, but you know, just for you.
Yeah, somebody said that we needed to hear that, and there's the first reference to it. Took a little while.
All right, let's see which matchup he likes the best.
2nd down and 10, but that's really not the issue right here. Reisner rolling right, in trouble, just gets it off, and it's dropped, incomplete. 2 seconds officially, 2.
Should be the last play of the half unless there's a defensive penalty.
I would think so. So they're probably going to go deep here. Let's go, guys. Watch out for those tables that are basically on the field. Not really. We were actually back from where the white line would be in pro and college football. I hate to tell you, folks. And this is a short pass as the final play of the half. That's an odd call there.
No, he just got the pressure got to him.
Yeah.
So.
But either way, you know, try to run away from her, heave it. What do you have to lose there? You got to go deep. And that's the end of the first half. It's 13-12 in favor of New York. So, Ty, before we go to a quick break here, and then we'll have some halftime interviews. New York leading the 5-time defending champs, but I believe San Diego has trailed before at halftime and won 5 straight years.
Well, they trailed before. They trailed at, you know, with 2 seconds left in the game and pulled it off with a 2-point conversion and 2. So,
yep.
They've been in this position before. They know they're going to play a tough competition, so they're ready to go.
So we're going to have some halftime interviews coming up. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And we have our own Dean Blandino in the house right now. Lance, we're not going to ask you to comment on any close plays during that first half of play, but kind of unusual sight to have you kind of relax during a halftime of a championship game. You took this one off.
Running those chains is hard work over there, though, Frank. It takes a lot out of you. Yeah, it's great to watch everybody having a good time, and it's been a lot of fun for me so far.
So Lance is the head of refs of NGFFL and a great friend, my boss basically during these episodes, tournaments, whatever you want to call them. But Lance, you know, you've got a great crew here. It's in Boston. What's your favorite part right now of Gable 17 now that we're basically at the end of it?
There's so many options that I can answer there. No, you know what? For everyone, it's about the teams and it's about the players here. But I tell you what, our ref crew here, there's 41 of us this year, and it is another team here. And it's great to have everyone come together. Some of these guys I see a couple times a year. Some I only see once a year. But it's a blast to be out here, and we all just get together and hang out and talk about players in the 10, and then I know they're over there talking about us, and it's just it's a great crew, and we really, really enjoy it. It's been a beautiful weather, even with a little bit of rain today. It was actually kind of cool and refreshing, and the city of the Flag Football League here in Boston has done an amazing job putting on a really great tournament.
Yeah, elaborate on that a little bit. You were close to somebody who plays on one of the teams here, and you can name names and all that if you'd like. But this has been just a big team effort putting this together. You've seen it firsthand. You're on the board, obviously, of the NGFFL and kind of over the NGFFL, while not the Gay Bowl. It's a tandem, and we'll talk to Shigeo in a little bit about how that all works. But, I mean, what did it take to pull off something like this?
It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of money. Fields are expensive. Tents are expensive. Referees are expensive. And we don't make all that much either, by the way. But by the time you add up 41 of them, it is really expensive. But the Flag Football League here in Boston has done an amazing job at fundraising. I mean, how great is it that the New England Patriots are one of our sponsors? And on top of that, though, the charity and the community that the Boston Flag Football League brings, it's just incredible, and the things that they do for the community. So it takes a lot of work. It takes a village, as it truly says, but everyone in Boston has been helping out, as I've seen over the last, the planning for this started over a year ago, really. And here we are seeing it kind of come to an end. It's really, really cool.
Gonna enjoy the party tonight?
I will be enjoying the party tonight. It'll be it's going to be a great time, and yes, that's all I should say before I get myself in trouble.
Lance is one of my favorite people on earth. I got to be honest with folks. So it's special to be able to interview him.
Stop. Keep going.
And to see him
Keep going.
every Gay Bowl and during Pride Bowl when he can get out to Chicago, etc. But he is tremendous, big heart, but as serious as they come about making sure we get it right. And this is one of the cleanest tournaments I think we've had.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's always great to say, the least amount of complaining to me ever, but I definitely feel that way. I'm sure now some people are like,
there are multiple comments on Facebook Live right now.
But it's been really great. It's been really clean. And, I think as in the NFL, as they build trust with their officiating crew, we're doing the same thing here. When we kind of started, when I came on board in 2008, we were kind of a ragtag bunch. We would hire some local refs here and there, but we've really recruited and put together a great team where all the officials come from all the member cities, and we feel like a family, and we feel like, a big part of the NGFFL, and we want to get it right. I mean, that's the thing I don't think people understand about officials.
Exactly.
Is we want to get it right. And, we don't have the luxury that some of the college and NFL officials have with video replay and such. So we do the best we can, and we try to get it right, and we move on.
Sir, go enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you very much. I have a chain crew to run over there.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Thank you for having me,
We'll
Frank.
be right back with
it.
more guests. Thank you, Lance.
I figured you guys were over there.
Joining me now is Shigeo Iwayama, whose name I can't say for the life of me right, but I pretend to. But Shigeo, who goes by James on occasion, as well as the Gay Bowl liaison, member of the NGFFL board, and what a tremendous event this has been in terms of the Gay Bowl. First, tell us what your job is before we go any further.
I'm so sorry. I was totally distracted by what's happening over there with Lance. I'm sorry. Say the question again.
What's your job as Gay Bowl liaison?
So my job is to support the Boston team to make sure that all the tournament aspects are running correctly. I support the captains, the city leaders, the referee tents, and all those other kind of things to kind of sort of make sure that we're supporting all of the NGFFL and Gay Bowl activities.
They're asking us. We're going to let them go and start this game. We can put it into the other box right in a second. That said, I will keep talking to you for a moment. And the next question I want to ask you is, how'd Boston do in your mind?
Oh, I thought that they were great. I mean, I thought they, going in, I think a lot of people were concerned about this whole fields being an hour away from Boston. And I don't think in the moment that people were walking down those stairs, I think they kind of realized that, these fields were every bit worth it for the whole tournament. So I think that field has been fantastic. The events have been great. The partners that they've developed through the national sort of lens has been fantastic as well. So I think they've outdone a lot of other cities, and Gay Bowl continues to get better and better every year.
Flag down on the kickoff. We'll find out what that is in a moment. But coming back to you for one last question here, and that is, what can we look forward to in Denver, do you think, as we look forward?
Oh, it's going to be even better, I think. The Boston has opened up so many doors for the partnerships that are possible. So Denver is going to be able to sort of continue that momentum going on. I think it's always a fun time to go to Denver. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Thank you, sir, for joining me.
Thanks
for
Frank.
all your hospitality and everything you do, especially.
I appreciate it.
We
Thank
appreciate
you
you so much. We'll have Ty Law back here in a couple of moments, but we are back to action here. San Diego with the ball, looking to take back the lead. It's 13-12. Actually, they never have led in this game. They trailed 6-0, tied at 6-6. Actually, they did lead 12-6, I should say, and then New York scored and got the extra point to make it 13-12. That's your scoring summary. So we are back to action, and Ty, good to talk to Lance. He looked a little more relaxed than I'm used to seeing him during something like this.
That's because he doesn't make all these calls and get people yelling at him.
There's an out-of-bounds play, number 18 for San Diego. Oh, there's our roster.
Sorry.
And that is Tamir Harris. Tamir Harris, the third, actually. I should get his first name correct as I do that. And here comes San Diego out of the huddle. They are at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Reisner looking, and throwing downfield, and just out of his fingertips reach for the incompletion, 2nd down and 10. So 2nd and 10. Ty's getting picked on by the peanut gallery behind us here because.
Great, it's one of my teammates from Hawaii.
Yeah.
He actually used to play with the Toros and some of the players here on the boats team.
And with those jokes, I see why he's not anymore. 2nd down and 10, 25-yard line. Reisner trying to spur his team on here a little bit. That last drive was a disappointment for them at the very end of the first half. And he's going to dump it.
Ooh.
And this is going to be a 3rd down coming up. He was about 2 yards short, maybe 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Eric's got it. So Eric Chagoyan.
Eric Chagoyan, number 5 from San Diego Bolts. Again, the Bolts, the 5-time defending champions. Eric Reisner, the all-time consecutive winningest quarterback in Gay Bowl history. 3rd down, and we'll call it 3. Reisner in trouble, almost got sacked, and they're going to say incomplete.
No, they're...
Are they saying sack? Yes, they dropped the beanbag. You're correct. A delayed reaction indeed, but they did call sack eventually. Wow. 4th down and 6 coming up now. I'll say this in Hank's defense there on the call. It's sometimes you forget to have that whistle in your hand. We tried to not have it in our mouth at all times, and so he probably had to search for it when you want to throw down the bag. So they're going to go for it, looks like, on 4th and almost 11, actually.
On the 25, wow. Let's see what they play.
Are they trying to draw him off sides? What are they doing here? No, they are going for it. Right there to the left side, he's rolling.
It's time.
And it's a jump
Oh,
ball.
he stopped.
No good. And New York has possession at the San Diego 25-yard line. Now, remember, a touchdown and a single point would still make it a one-possession game at 8. But that was an interesting call, to say the least.
Or do you, if you score as New York, do you go for 2? You put them at 9?
I've seen many teams begin to adopt that idea. But it's too early, I think, to play for points. You still have over 25 minutes left in this game. But I have seen teams do it to say, hey, 2-possession game. The risk on the other side is you miss, and an 8-point scenario on the other side takes the lead. Whistle on another field, so that's not our field. Allison this time back to pass the left side. Nice grab there by guess who? Number 1, Dorian Bryant. And that's good for 7 yards to the 18-yard line. Second down and 3. And Allison very poised in this game. You can tell, not panicking.
I don't think the pressure is getting to him
No.
right now.
Stepping into that pocket well.
Bolts are setting 2.
Yeah, waiting for the snap here. Maybe intentionally taking a little extra time off the
Setting
play
3
clock.
for the short one.
And going to Paul John,
Oh,
who
Tyler
shakes.
just missed this.
Yeah, he shakes the D flag, and because of it, he gets a first down and then some near the 10-yard line, called the 11. And it is first down and 10 from the 11, which means that they do not need the touchdown for the first down, but it's darn close.
I said I was going to be done with math jokes, so
Wow.
good.
11 minus 10, Frank, is 1. That's right.
There you go.
Is that where we're going with that?
You said it, not me.
We have to say hi to Brian Cooper.
Brian.
Watching at home. Hey, Brian, miss you. And in the meantime, Allison rolling left,
Toger
rolling
for the
left,
dive,
and
gets
he gets it off. They're going to say, boy, that was close.
close. Oh, we have instant replay.
Let's see what we got.
I don't know. I thought he got it.
Here it is. Nah, it looks like he got it off,
you go.
actually. Yeah.
Smart. He got it off. Smart awareness by the quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. So that means we are looking at a 2nd and 10 from the 11. A little dark out here with those kind of dark clouds and the time of day. It's 4:17, not quite there, but the sun is moving where the clouds are, so it's not exactly bright out here at the field. Allison back to pass, throwing up the middle. Ooh, that was an early hit. It looked like complete.
I wouldn't have thrown a flag, Frank.
It's close. It was definitely close. Let's look one more time at that one, too, actually. You can see down the middle of the field. Now, on the review there, you may have a point. It would just seem timed perfectly.
50-50 calls,
Yep.
Just be nice to your refs. Stop yelling at them. That doesn't get you anywhere.
Wow, listen to you.
Give him isolation. Nope.
Timeout.
Timeout.
They're
Not
third.
organized. Wow.
They're third. They have one left. San Diego has one left. Game's taken an hour already, and so we are a little bit behind what you would normally see in a game because of all these timeouts and stoppages that have been going on.
It's a good game, so.
Yep, absolutely. A real chess match, I guess I would call this, because of kind of, Allison, newer to this field, obviously. He's been here for a couple of years worth of Gables. But, Eric Reisner, the old pro out there, and some gamesmanship we've seen at certain points of this game, but also some quarterbacks that are experienced enough to win this game and want to make sure they come away with the hardware. New York especially wants it because they've come so close a couple of times against Reisner, but have not succeeded.
And this would be Wade's first one without Sid?
I believe so. Wade was out here last night watching the game between the opponents he would play. They actually got the #1 overall seed in the tournament and got a bye in the first round of the knockout round, which was unexpected because originally there were 16 teams, but they had to rejigger that a little bit.
Right.
There's a throw to the right side of the end zone.
Just off his fingertips.
And again, he was looking for #1, Dorian Bryant. Just missed that one.
And it's a big 4th down play here.
4th down, and call it 3 at the 4-yard line. What do you do here? What would you call? Has Allison used his run here? I don't believe he has.
If he's fast, he should run. You just stack the far side of the field, one side of the field.
Yeah, and open up the other one?
Yep. And just beat the rusher. Or
no,
isolate your best receiver on the outside and just, there you go. Get him on a slant and up. Slant and up.
Oh, but I think it was unintentionally grabbed by Preston. Was that intentional?
Yeah. I don't know.
That was close.
It looked like it was a slant and up.
Yeah, but it's a touchdown nonetheless. New York now leads by 7 points.
Is it 1 or 2 now? That's his big decision.
Good question right now. They're going for 1.
And putting the pressure on San Diego to catch up.
Yeah, both a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A tie would take at that point. Yet to see a 2-point conversion in this game. Just look at that replay of that touchdown. I don't think it was intended for the ultimate receiver. In the meantime,
one-handed.
out of bounds.
Wow.
Let's see, we got
we have a replay here.
Slow it down a little bit when we get to that point.
Are you going to do replay?
Oh,
Ooh.
That's close.
Y'all better review it. Throw the flag. Throw the flag. Throw the flag. Y'all better review it.
Someone look at it.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see this in slow
One
motion.
more time.
Ooh, he's got it.
It is close.
It's close. It's close.
We're back to action. Reisner dumps it off up the middle. That's, again, Tamir Harris with the catch.
He's favorite receiver today.
Workhorse indeed in this game for him. 5-yard gain makes it 2nd down and 5.
That was a great catch on the no catch.
Yeah, I would give you that. This is exactly why they did want this thing broadcast. Those moments right there. Yeah. Commissioner Thurman Williams would like to block the 10 here.
We're too close.
Yeah.
See what we got. Slant outs by the inside receivers, a post by Tamir Harris, and curls on the outside. Nope. Blocks.
And Jeremiah Flores correct on that one, I believe.
Yep.
And that is now a 1st down for San Diego.
Are they playing man coverage right now? New York?
No, I couldn't see for sure. It's a good question. They were in a little bit of zone earlier, I believe,
Yeah.
correct?
It seems like Eric's keeping 3 home just to give the other 3 space to work on the field.
Reisner. Passing up the middle, incomplete. I think he was looking for Harris again. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10.
Just setting up the rushers.
Yep.
3. Yep.
And Reisner. Going
4
deep.
rushers.
Flores.
Oh, nice
push.
catch.
No call. No, they're
There's
going
the
to call
push
it.
call.
It looked like the right call.
I don't
Ultimately, if it's
know.
OPI, I
We'll
believe
see
it's
if gonna be
OPI.
we're going to see they take it off for hand checking on both sides. I really do appreciate the refs huddling and talking about things before they actually call the penalties, though.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
There's the call.
Offensive pass interference. So that's a 10-yard penalty, a big one, big call. And it's 2nd down still. That's the one upside of replaying the down, but the downside is you were at the 10-yard line ultimately. But it took the separation probably to give them the distance for the catch. Or to cause the move to make separation, I should say. And
Nice.
here's a catch right in front of our camera angle there to Jeremiah. And it's back inside that 10-yard zone at least. 3rd down 8 coming up at a 28-yard line.
There you go. You don't need all 20. You just need a little chunk of it. You have 3 plays to get there, so.
So 19-12 game here. In favor of New York. Reisner fakes right, throws right. Scott Flores,
nice,
first foot in,
nice.
and that's a 1st down at the 39-yard line.
It was a pump and go and stop. Wow. That's pretty.
And here's a replay of it. Just got his foot in there, no doubt. So 1st down and 10 at the 39, their own 39. Reisner finds Harris again and just gets the D flag, does New York. And the ball's going to be spotted around the 27-yard line here.
It looks like New York's playing man on them, so Eric's keeping the guys back to block and give them some time. And just having the 3 guys work the field.
So 1st and 10, San Diego, trailing by 7. Reisner going deep.
Wide open.
And
it's a touchdown.
it is a touchdown indeed. No doubt about that.
The blockers gave him enough time, and the 3rd rush didn't come fast enough, so.
19-18 now.
Was that Justin again?
Check let's see, is he still on the field? Or that came off. Alex Alou. Yep, Alex Alou. I think it's his 2nd touchdown, actually. 3rd touchdown?
I think so.
Or no, well, number 3, I think is what he's telling us. That was his 2nd touchdown, actually. In the meantime, the extra
Oh, there
point,
it
Harris,
is. Is it?
he is short.
Short. Wow.
And the score remains 19-18. Yeah, I definitely was short. We can see our replay on my end here. Here we go. And you can see, perspective-wise, that white line is not the goal line. It's actually about 3 yards short, so he was definitely short. This is a soccer field and a multi-purpose field, so there are lines all over the place on this field. Do not try to go by any of them, I will tell you from experience.
Let's see if the pressure can get to the quarterback here. San Diego does need a big stop.
And here is, well, there's a flag down. Allison somehow escapes being deflagged. Another flag down. We got 2 flags on this play. I'm not sure what either one is about, to be honest with you. Hey, Kerry.
I want to test their safety.
Holding on the offense. All sides of the defense. We're going to offset those penalties. So it's going to be still 1st down and 10. The biggest issue right now, the clock. And I believe we are around 11 minutes. We have not had many stops since that last timeout taken.
Sheldon.
11:30 left.
Thank you.
And
Oh,
Allison
there's
is
a sack by Tuggery Lee. Nick Coletti.
And that's going to put the ball way back here because he was deep toward the goal line. Let's see where they stop this one. The 7-yard line. It's 2nd
Wow,
and
that's a big
18.
sack.
8-yard loss on the play. See in the picture of Todd Siddons with the hat on backward in front of you there, a former New York player actually. He's bounced around a little bit, played for a Chicago team, now playing for San Diego. Definitely a good athlete. Number 2. So 2nd country mile type of down coming up here for Allison and the Warriors. He is back to pass looking right, and it
Ball's
is
up.
caught. And that's Sean Rogers, I believe, who's pulled down at the end of the play, and that's going to cost 10 yards and give New York a 1st down. That's my guess, at least. We saw that at the end of the play. Let's see. They're going to call flag guarding. Wow.
I didn't think it was a defensive penalty. I think we went for the flags. I think he dove.
Well, I'm a little surprised flag guard call, but nonetheless, it's going to be 3rd down. It's 5 yards and loss of down in that direction.
It's a big stop here. They're sending Sergio in as a rusher with Nick, I think.
Allison passes right side. They need 7 yards. They get 11. 1st down, New York, 28-yard line.
Guess who? Dorian Bryant.
Yep. Number 1. Look at the replay quickly of that as they get ready for the next play. And again, Allison just poised in the pocket again. And nice catch on the far side. Back to live action. And false start call.
Wow.
He played quarterback in Columbia.
Chris Allison, as we're being told, a former Columbia University quarterback. Thanks to Phil for that. Actually, Phil is right. I do remember hearing that. And I am a New York guy, obviously, and I forgot that piece of information to drop here. Columbia, who's 4-0 this season, but without Allison on the side there on the quarterback roster. Head coach John Audino, former Union College head coach, which is where I called college football for over 20 years.
Feels like a very pro San Diego crowd here.
In the meantime, I think we have a score on the
Line up.
B championship we'll talk about in a moment.
Ooh.
And Preston Williams gets tripped up. Now, here's the question. Are they going to call another flag guard?
I don't know. Or is he gonna call it Tyler? But I don't think Tyler Forster was trying to go for the ball, but he did knock it out. And I believe the rule is you can't knock the ball out, and you have to go for the flag.
Here's the
Right?
play. Let's see what happens here.
I think it's just clean football. Nope.
Call personal foul on the defense.
Yep.
Too rough is what they're saying there.
So I heard LA Express won.
I believe so. In B against, was it Austin?
Austin.
Well, that's a shock right there.
That LA Express team is really, really good. So I have a lot of old A players on that team right now.
And Allison again back to pass. Poised and misses
Missed it.
his favorite receiver of the day. We can't say it enough times, Dorian Bryant.
Oh, player down.
Clock is stopped.
It's much better.
Yep. And they get a card out here to take him off. But instead, they'll take him off themselves without the card's assistance. Medics have played a great role here all weekend long. A lot of injuries have occurred, just some hard play across the board, and they've been Johnny on the spot throughout the entire weekend. 5:45 left. And the clock is rolling.
Guess who?
And again, I was just going to say it. Dorian Bryant on the catch there for New York. Gain of about 6 or 7 yards there. Must have about 10 completions, 12 catches rather, I would say, on this game. Probably 14 targets.
If you're that good and you're that open, you might as well. So
Yeah, absolutely.
especially in a championship game.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 3.5 yards to go. This is crucial right now with the clock rolling down inside 5 minutes. New York leads 19-18 on the Bolts.
Short.
But it's probably enough for first. Let's see. First down is the indication, and they keep the ball. This is the touchdown if they can score that you got to ask the question, do you go for 1 or 2?
It's down to that point in the game, so.
Just outside, let's call it the 12.5-yard line right now. First and 10, and they're taking every second off that play clock they can right now. You can tell no urgency in that huddle. Chris Allison under center. Rogers in motion. Back to pass to Rogers. Just keeps it off the ground to the 9-yard line this time, a gain of 3 yards. It's going to leave second down and a short 7 coming up here. Timeout called. San Diego's last timeout. About 3.5 minutes left. And this is crunch time now. New York with 1 timeout remaining, I believe, if we've been keeping track correctly here. So calling that last timeout, San Diego sensing what New York's trying to do here, which is dink and dunk and take 30 seconds off the play clock every time. And that's not even including the time it takes to reset the ball for the referees. Second down at 7, 9-yard line. When we come back to action here, do you go for the end zone or do you just keep trying to dink and dunk a couple more times?
I think you burn off time. You just get a first down. Just worry about that first.
Well, first down's at the 3-yard line, so it's not an easy thing to get without getting the touchdown here.
We're doing math again, Frank.
Yes, we are. Oh, Ty. I knew I picked you for a reason for this.
Oh, yeah.
Allison back to pass. Clock rolling here.
He just...
And
that
through
should've
the
been
hands
a
of
pick.
Forrester, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And incomplete. It's third
He
down.
stared down his receiver. That should have been a pick. Tyler knows it, too.
Look at it one more time. Let's see. Oh, my.
Just off.
Well, still almost a touchdown, though, in the back of that end zone.
Mm-hmm. Threw it off enough, so good job by Tyler. Wow.
So it is a big third down and short 7 still at the 9-yard line. Allison under center. Takes that snap.
Sending to
Stepping up.
quarterback's running. Illegal block.
Or a hold,
bull rush.
possibly. Let's see.
It's either hold or a bull rush. Let's find out.
It was short of the end zone, it looks like.
Oh, so they're going to give him a 4th down option or a 3rd?
Well, let's see.
Ooh, Lance is getting chain screwed. Lance is getting yelled at here. Our NGFFL Hall of Famer head referee.
Well, they
So
are
not to move.
convening with New York, so it looks like it is against San Diego. This is huge because if it's a first down for New York, they could take a giant chunk of time off this clock before scoring.
Take the penalty, keep the run, or
They could also take the penalty.
And
Yeah,
keep
it's
the run.
in the new rule you're talking, actually. And they're laying out the 3 different options, I think, that you're bringing up here. But the penalty was in the backfield, too, so let's see what the thought is. Because of the crucialness of this call, they're giving Preston all the options, laying them out here. Preston Roberts, captain of New York Warriors Black, has made a decision, and here is our call. Personal foul. Yeah, it's a charging call, personal foul, and by rule, every personal foul is an automatic first down. So they'll go half the distance to the 4.5-yard line here, and more importantly, the clock is going to roll here on the ready for play signal, and they could take it down near the 2-minute warning. Our time is unofficial here.
I think it's more important that the quarterback keeps his run.
There's a couple things that are important, but technically, if they don't have to get this play off before the 2-minute warning,
That's right. They ran out of timeouts.
then they could get this time down to almost 30 seconds, if not less. Well, it looks like they're going to still have a play here before the 2-minute warning, and Allison is in for a touchdown. Did they let him score?
Yep, you let him score.
And he spiked the ball.
That is not a very
unsportsmanlike
smart
conduct.
move.
And with an extra point meaning everything
Yes.
here, they could have gone for 2 to put away the game. Now the 2 would be from 20 yards.
That was, I don't know. You want to put yourself before the team because the defense let you score? They let them score, right?
I think so.
Yep, I would have. One is from, how far is the personal foul penalty?
10.
So one is from 15?
1 is from 15 and 2 is for 20. And they're going for 1 now by
Yep.
basically force. Just not smart.
That was just too.
Here we go. Big point here because if they do get it, they will, from the 15-yard line, they will force San Diego to go for 2 to tie if they can score on the other end. Talk about the time left in a moment. I think we are at the 2-minute warning, though, almost definitely.
Yep.
But this would be untimed if that's the case. We'll get the official time on the way back down here for the timekeeper. And it's going to be incomplete.
He just left the door open for a really good team.
Yes, he did.
And that's all he needs is 2 minutes. Down by 7. And we've seen this before in past gables. I think it was Denver and a couple others. They go for 2 and go for the win.
Oh, absolutely. And it's becoming more and more popular based on those episodes and occasions. Let's see what the clock is, though, if we can. .158 left. The screen is absolutely correct
Wow,
for
look
once.
at you. You're good at math.
Thanks, Ty. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line for San Diego. They need a touchdown and 1 to tie and take us to overtime, a touchdown and 2 to win in a minute 58. They'll only get 1 chance at this because they're out of timeouts. Reisner to the left side. He's calling for a receiver to go to the other side. He's rolling back to the right now, looking downfield.
Oh.
And it's incomplete and stops the clock. .148 left. 2nd down and 10. You noticing New York playing any deeper here?
Not yet. It's too early.
2nd and 10.
Eric's just got to hit the wide open guys right now and just move the ball down the field. He has all the time right now.
Yeah, 2 minutes is a lifetime.
Way lots of time for
Yep.
him.
Now rolling right. We've got it
Illegal
flagged
block in the
down.
back. It's going to
And
be a block in the back.
it's an out-of-bounds play. Well, let's see. You're right.
Illegal use of hands, offense number 10, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
So it's going to be a clock starting on, as we fix our score here. Sorry about that, folks. 25-18. Second down and 15. Clock is going to start on the snap here. Previous play was out of bounds. Reisner rolling right, throwing right to Flores.
Nice, and
And he
still
shakes
up.
his
Wow.
man. He's going to get the 1st down, so the clock will stop.
First down and more. Wow. Gave him new life.
About a minute 30, I think, left here. 30-yard line is where the ball's at.
That New York rusher, though, is killing these blockers. The blockers got to hold the ground.
Clock's running. Now they're backing off a little bit. New York is nobody on the line at all. Mike Orlando
There
couldn't
it
get
is.
there.
Good play.
And it's going to be inbounds. Clock is running. They have no timeouts. 80 seconds left here in the game. 2nd down and 6. San Diego needs the end zone here. They will not get a second chance if they don't get it on this drive with no timeouts. Taking a long time to reset here with the clock rolling now near 1 minute. 1 minute exactly. Race their back to pass. Just gets it off. It's intercepted.
That's the game.
Intercepted by number 1, Dorian Bryant. Here's the play one more time. And you can see it right there. Dorian Bryant with the interception. That's live, and all they have to do is kneel it out. And New York, the Warriors black team, has ended the 5-year consecutive championship streak of San Diego and the Bolts. Congratulations to them. Last thoughts here, Ty, before we send it home?
Have fun tonight and just be safe.
I like that. Great game. Thanks everyone who joined us at halftime. Thanks to Ty for joining me for this game. Congratulations to New York Warriors Black. Thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. And folks, if you did like it, make sure you let people know that in the comments for future years. So until next year at Gable 18 in Denver, this is Frank Rossi saying, be well, folks, and congratulations to Denver, Mile High Blue, Women's Champion, and New York Warriors Black, A Division Champions.